All right, class, welcome back. Did everybody stretch? Oh, that feels good during break. Good, I'm glad y'all stretched. So today we have talked about using our technology and our smartphones to practice vocabulary on the Kahoot app. We've also talked about what makes a good story, and we have done our icebreaker activity by doing a story chain to see how we do. All right, today we are talking about, just as a reminder, the book Holes. So we are reading a few chapters at a time, very slowly, and learning the new vocabulary. This is just a picture of me and face in the hole. It's a fun app where you can put your face in and be different characters. And I just wanted to show you real quickly. This is a picture of my family. So many Americans love to dress up in Western costumes or to imagine being a cowboy or somebody from the Old West. All right, so we have done our icebreaker story chain, and we've read some more chapters in the book and talked about vocabulary. We are now all prepared with the Animoto map, our app on our phones, because that is our next technology that we are going to be using as we write a story and star in our own movie. So we'll have an in-depth discussion now about the different parts of what makes a great short story. And in our redefinition activity, we'll do a movie. I would like to teach all of you the 5 important parts in a short story. These are taught by many English teachers, so they're kind of fun. All right. I want you to be sure you're taking notes on this. These are the 5 elements of a great short story. They are setting, characters, plot, action, and a conclusion to the story. Conclusion is probably one of the most important parts. Okay, so as we go on, we'll talk about each one. So the first one is setting. This is the place where the story takes place. You can use, in the setting, you can use as much detail as you need or not any at all, really. But you're gonna, this is one important part of a story. It's the place. Who is talking? Who is the main character? What is their point of view? In other words, are they using first person? Like, I went to the store today and saw a terrible accident or something. That's first person. Or are they using it as a narrator, which means somebody from the past or is telling the story. Like, Deanna was seen going to the store today, and she was seen at this crime of a terrible accident. Okay, so that's the one that most people write in. That's like a narrator. A narrator is how you say that. Can you repeat that? Narrator. Good. Okay. This is also who is. What is unique about the place, and why is he or she the main character? Why are they in that place? Those are some things you can use. Now, I want you to pick somebody from either the Western past of the United States or somebody from maybe the history of your own country. One of the two. You have to pick the main character. That's very important. Could be somebody from 1830, somebody from 1715, or even 1200 BC. That's a long time ago. What time of day you want to be in, and them to be in, and what kind of weather conditions or mood. These are all part of the setting. Okay, the next one is plot. Okay, in the plot, why does the main character and others do what they do? Why do they have a motivation? Like Deanna went to the store today because she was out of everything in her refrigerator. Okay, that's motivation. I went to the store. Now our plot has a beginning where we set up the setting, a middle part of it, and an ending. Okay, what do they want above all else? What does the main character want above all else? Like, I want food to eat. Okay, but in the meantime, I have these situations like the bad accident that interrupt that. Okay, what is their motivation? What is the motivation of that person to go to the store? Is it love, revenge? Could be they love their family and they want to feed their families, so they're going to the store. Is it revenge? Oh, I wanted to see this person when I was all dressed up to go to the store. It's revenge. I had revenge on the mind. Or is it a desire to achieve something? So these are all part of the plot. Okay, are you taking notes? Good. All right, the next one is the character. This is the person, the main person of the story. Such as in our book that we're reading, Holes, the main character is Stanley Yelnats, right? He's the main person. All right, so in this person is going to be somebody who answers the question, or you're going to answer the question of who this person is, and then what's the details of this person? Are they tall, short, fat, skinny? Do they have brown hair, blonde hair, black hair? Do they have brown eyes, blue eyes, or green eyes? You can give details about the character, details that are very important. Okay, you should have no more than 2 characters in your story, otherwise it can get too complicated and too long. So pick 2 characters in your story. Such as Batman, he had a sidekick called Robin, or Superman has Lois Lane as his kind of a side character, not as important, or Fred Flintstone had Barney Rubble. Do you remember the Flintstones? It's one of my favorites. But so anyway, there's usually at least 2 characters in a story, and usually the character, is introduced in the beginning of the story along with the setting. So one of the first persons you talk about, along with the setting. The next in the story is the action. Action is where the characters that are relating to the plot are there, and in the events of the story become complicated. Okay, so like the complication of my story would be, what about the accident? Who's in the accident and why did it happen, right? Those questions are answered. What will happen next? How will it end? Such as questions that might help, or something like, Jenny went into labor at the worst possible time. Why? Why was that the worst possible time? You'd be asking yourself that question. John was able to save the presentation with quick action. What did he do? All right, Tom threw a penny at the wishing well. Okay, so in conclusion, the answer you have it answers the questions that you're burning to know. Okay, what happened? Who was involved? Did the main character win or lose? The conflict ends and it is satisfying to the reader. Okay, I'm going to hand these out. These are our closed activity. We're going to start with our outline. Thank you.